Yemeni #1.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Mike Eshaq. I am back. No beard. No headphones. I have no idea what I sound like right now. Technical difficulties like a motherfucker. In the spirit of the show, I'm in Little Rock right now. Sign in, motherfuckers, if you're here. Tell me what's up. It's really weird not to be able to hear my voice right now. Usually I have headphones on, but I traveled, and this time I didn't bring them. In the spirit of this show and technical difficulties, we are keeping that spirit alive. I'm sorry I left you guys last week. Jason Bacon says I look all sophisticated with that stubble. You know what? I don't know why, but everyone's giving me compliments, and I'm taking the compliments as not compliments. I'm like, you fucking pieces of shits. What are you saying? I wasn't sophisticated before? You see, that's what insecurity does, you know? Like, one of the compliments that I got a lot, like, oh my God, you got a chin. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, I got a chin. What, you think I only grow a beard so that to hide my, I didn't know that. I grew a beard because one day I wanted to grow it, and then I was like, holy shit, this beard is magnificent, so I'm going to keep fucking growing it. And what was funny is that when I shaved it off, I was pleasantly surprised to find out how much younger my face looks like I thought it would. Like, I didn't think my face would look, I thought, because I haven't shaved my beard in about 8 years, man, and I don't think I've seen my face for 8 years, so you kind of get worried. You go to shave your face and you're like, what is going to be under here? Like I literally thought that I was going to shave my beard off and then underneath was just going to be like sagging skin. Like I was going to look like one of those fucking old people that kind of look like a hound dog. I'm going to get there sooner or later. Sooner or later we're all going to be flopping around, being saggy and shit, but I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised. I looked in the mirror and I was like, hey, all right. Wow. Okay. And I did it for TV. If anybody wanted to know what the hell. And I was like, well, I had to suck TV's dick and get my beard cut off because I got to get that paycheck and that credit because you don't mean shit in Hollywood unless you get a credit. But I don't know if you guys stayed on my Instagram. I did post behind the scenes of Station 19. It's a really big show. I'm very happy that I was able to play a part on it. I can't tell you too much about it because the episode hasn't aired yet. But this is a character in the show. This is my first co-star. I've done a lot of guest stars. Guest stars are typically one-day things where you have like maybe one very small line or a small scene or something like that. This is my first co-star. This is the first time I'm actually considered a co-star, and it's said in the audition, possible reoccurring, which is awesome, which means they could write me back in. And the star of the show, Jason George, who is the star who plays Ben Warren in the Grey's Anatomy universe in Shondaland. Shonda Rhimes is the creator of Grey's Anatomy, which is a show that is on ABC that has been going on now for 18 years. I didn't even really care too much about the show. I never watched it. Ben Warren is a character in the show, Grey's Anatomy, who is a doctor. And Station 19 is a spin-off of that show within the same universe of Grey's Anatomy. And Ben Warren, the character played by Jason George, leaves the hospital and pursues a career in being a firefighter. So in this show, Station 19, he leaves the show Grey's Anatomy and ends up working on this fire station on Station 19. And he was the director of this episode that I was on, it was his first episode he's ever directed. And I was like really happy that he let me on. Because to me, it was, it's really cool. It's his first directorial debut. And he hired me to play the part. The thing that I didn't like about what happened is I think he was expecting me to show up on set like this with some scruff on my face, even though firefighters are not allowed to have scruff on their face because technically they have to be clean shaven so that the gas mask can make a proper seal on their face. And it's military, you know. When I was in the Marines, you had to be clean shaven all the time. Maybe with the exception of a very tightly regulated mustache, which they make you shave it to a point where it's almost a Hitler stash. And fuck the mustache. It's either beard or nothing. But this is the thing that kind of pissed me off in terms of communication, because my agent called me. You got the part, but they want you to shave. Are you okay with that? I'm like, yeah, I'll shave. Fine. She goes, well, they said that you can keep some of the scruff. So I called my friend who's a firefighter, and he tells me, no, man, firefighters are not allowed to have scruff. So I do my research. I watch the show. And in the show, everyone has scruff. So they're bending the rules a little bit. So I'm like, okay, let me come in with scruff, because I know if I come clean shaven, man, I do not look like a mid-40s dude. You know, I look like a really young guy with a saggy face. But yeah, and so I shaved it a little bit to have some scruff, and I go on set, and as soon as I get on set, the makeup artist gives me a razor blade, and I'm like, are you sure you want me to shave? She's like, yeah, you're supposed to be clean shaven. I'm like, yeah, but other people on the show have scruff, and I heard from my agent the director wants me to have some scruff. They're like, nope, you have to shave clean. I'm like, all right. And then I shaved clean right next to Barrett Doss, who was one of the stars of the show. I had to take my shirt off next to her, man. Yeah, it was like, what, girl? And she had a boyfriend. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I put my shirt back on. No. So I shaved my face off, and I shaved it clean. And when I shaved it clean, it was the first time I saw my face completely clean. And I look in the mirror, and I'm like, dude, I do not look like a firehouse captain, bro. I look like I just signed up. Then I get on set, and I'm in my uniform and everything, and we're going through our debriefing, and Jason George, the director, walks up to me and goes, hey, man, where's the scruff? I thought I wanted some. And I'm like, God damn it. That miscommunication. And then it makes me mad because I'm just like, dude, so now I probably look like a fucking baby on screen. But either way, you know, we had a 3-day shoot, and I let the scruff grow out a little bit. They already got my close-ups on the first day. But in the other scenes, I didn't shave, so if you watch the episode, see if you can see my beard growing from cut to cut. All right. Whew, this was a real hard. I'm glad you guys showed up, man. Thank you so much. I was really worried. A lot of you guys were probably going to fall off because I didn't show up last week. And again, like I said, I apologize. This is not something that I want to do, but it was just one of those things, you know. And now I got to try to figure out other options to do the podcast. Maybe on the road, like that one time when I was with Davina and she told me she drank pee and we were doing the podcast in her car. But I don't know how else I could have done it on set, you know, because we would only sit down for maybe like 15, 20 minutes, and I'd have to get up and shoot again. But Chris Rock got blasted in the face. Let me get a drink here. And honestly, Robbie says, oh, that's how you feel? No trust in us. No, I trust you guys. Bolty, my own Marine Corps buddy, says, congrats, big step forward. I appreciate it, buddy. Big step for a short man. She says, Tracy says, is this going to be a recurring role? And you never know. It says possible reoccurring, which means if they like me and if they see that the story would help to have my character come back, you know? Yeah, I really hope so. It'll be my first time being called back to a show, and nothing would feel better because that cast was so much fun, man. they literally were so much fun, and there were so many heavy hitters on that show, like Jason Healy. Was it Paul Healy? Damn, I suck at names. He was he's a killer in the game. You've seen him on so many things, and he was just a guest star on this one, but he had a character in the show where he played a big role in the show before, and then now his character's coming back to stir up some shit, and his character's coming back and coming back, and there's like a little thing between my character and his character that's possibly gonna be, that could possibly be written into other episodes. It was just crazy to be working with these guys. And I mean, these are guys that have been in the industry for a really long time. I met a friend named Sal, who's like this older Italian guy, and you've seen him in so many TV shows and movies playing all kinds of characters. It was just cool to be working with these people that have been doing it for a while and befriending them. And the first day that I was there, I had 2-3 scenes that they got close-ups of me for, and we were running the scenes. And one of the scenes, it was my character fighting a fire and saying a bunch of technical shit, and I kind of messed up my lines. I had to redo the take like 4 or 5 times. But the way the show is shot, they shoot it with multiple cameras and multiple angles, and it's very heavy editing. So they'll be cutting from, I say one line, they'll be cutting to this shot, and they cut to that shot, probably. So we had to piece it up, and it made me mad because I'm supposed to be able to deliver the line one shot through, but instead of saying search and evacuate, I kept saying search and rescue. So it kind of really made me feel bad. Pat Healy was his name. It made me feel really bad. I felt really bad. Like I did it, and I couldn't do that. All the other takes for the other scenes were fine, but this one where it was like all technical shit, I kept fucking up my line. But I've been an actor for a while, so what I would do is I would take that frustration that I was having by not saying the line properly, and I just channeled it into the emotion of my character fighting this fire. So every other take where I was like, fuck, and I kept bringing that energy into it to help the take. And I know it helped the take. I know what I'm doing. I don't like stumbling over my lines. And then it made me feel bad because I know Jason George, this is his first directorial debut. He hired me to do the job. Granted, no matter what, they got the shot. They're going to fix it in editing or whatever. That's not the point. The point is I wasted 2 extra minutes of everybody's time. That's that sense of urgency when it comes to working on movies, and you got to be on your P's and Q's. And when you understand the grand scheme of thing, and then they hired you and auditioned you to make sure that you would come in and do the job easily and without a lot of hiccups, so that the operation runs smoothly, because there's so many shots. Like a TV show's got so much going on. And if you keep fucking up, man, it just fucks up the workflow. And now everyone's got to stay there longer. And for me, I like to be professional, and I don't want to screw everyone over. And I remember I couldn't really sleep good that night. That first night, man, just from those one lines that I stumbled, I just could not sleep good at night. It really, it was one of those nights where we got off early that day, and then I went out and I had dinner with a bunch of friends, and then I went out and did some stand-up, and it was just one of those things, man, where it's like I'm doing stand-up, I have a good set, I come off stage, and then all of a sudden I think about how I fucked up those lines that day, and then I'm depressed again. It sucks when you're like really hard on yourself. But this is the best part. The next day we will go to shoot again, and I'm getting to know Pat now, who's playing the bad guy in this scene. And he's a great actor. This guy's been doing it forever. He just flew in from another movie, shooting 5 months in Oklahoma City. And he's such in high demand that they fucking worked something out to fly him down to get him back as a character on the show. I can't wait to get to that level. But here's a guy who's a killer. And I remember once we started getting to know each other on the next day, I remember telling him, I was like, hey, dude, I really fucked up yesterday. And I told him everything I told you guys. And he's like, oh, I wouldn't even worry about it, man. It happens. I go, yeah, you know, and I told him why I felt bad. And, you know, I have to hand it to Pat. He was so cool. He was like, well, you know, Mike, it just goes to show that you have good character, that you really still care about that. Because some people will just say whatever. They got it and let it go. And I go, yeah, you're right. And this is actually on the last day. And then we go to shoot his lines. And he's got these really, you know, emotionally charged, like he's driving the scene. His character is fucking with people and stuff. And the director keeps coming back and telling him, hey, try this, try that. And he kept messing up his lines. And then the third time he messed up his lines, because I have to walk with him into the scene. We walk back to this first spot and he looks over me. He goes, you feel better now? And I just busted out laughing. Man, what a relief, you know? Then it just goes to show, like, yeah, we all do fuck up, you know? And I get it. But at the same time, it's different when you fuck up and you've already proven your worth, right? If you're on there and you have to prove your worth and you only have 3 chances during those days to show your worth, and then one of those 3 you kind of fuck it up, well, then you fucked up 33% of your career as far as everyone is viewing you, you know. But I don't know, it was good. It was good to hear that from someone else, you know. Well, thank you for all the congratulations, guys. Jason Baker says, do you think Chris and Will was planned? It looks like it feels scripted. I mean, Will Smith only swears if it's in the script according to him. Their reaction said it was planned. Hey, that's exactly what I thought, man. I felt the exact same way. When somebody sent me that video, I was like, oh, man. They were desperate to get those ratings up at the Oscars, man, because even I wasn't watching it. I never watched that shit. But, you know, let's see. I got it queued up. Let's give this a watch, guys, because to me this is you motherfucker, you're not gonna let me. Hold on, it's not gonna let me. You piece of shit. Technical difficulties, bitches. What you know? What you know about 2 screens? And okay, now I want to know why when I hit share screen. Nope, that's not going to work. All right, you guys are just not going to have to see my beautiful shaven face. But let's watch this, because I feel the same way. The whole thing, just the way Will Smith hit him, it looked like a stage slap.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem.
Okay, so you guys are able to hear this. I can't.
Both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Even her look, the way she rolls her eyes.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Look at this hit.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
It really does look fake.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Damn.
Okay.
It does seem fake at first when I saw it.
That was
But then now when you see his
greatest
reaction
night in the history of
afterwards,
television.
it doesn't look fake, right?
Okay.
It doesn't. Like, I mean, once you start seeing Chris's actual reactions, and
It's like, Jada, I love
it's this slap that gets me though.
one.
Like, didn't he play Muhammad Ali? Shouldn't you know? What the fuck?
Wow.
Even like the way he walked up, it was like so robotic. He was like 1, 2, slap.
Oh, wow. Wow.
What the fuck?
Oh, wow. Wow.
The joke that I made, because at first I thought
Will
he punched
Smith just
him.
smacked the shit
And
out
the
of
joke that I made on Twitter was,
him.
in Will Smith's defense, Chris Rock's joke had no punchline. And I mean, that was when I thought that it was a punch. Because at first it was really hard to wrap my mind around what that was. But I know what you mean, Jason. Like, I think the first thing that came to my mind was like, what kind of ratings stunt is this shit? You know? Like, why? Yeah. And Bolty says it doesn't look staged. I mean, at first it did, man. That slap looked so fake, bro. It looked so fake. It's like he walked up and then he like planted his feet down and he was like, psh, and he's like, okay, time for me to turn around and walk now. It's like, it's kind of like when you see like Marines in boot camp when they first have no idea how to march and shit. It was like, bro. Tracy says, but he doesn't have to go to defend her honor. She rolled her eyes. That was enough. I guess so. I mean, listen, Tracy, the thing that pisses me off as a comic is that when I first saw that, I was like, oh, great. Great. Now you just made it cool for people to walk on stage and slap people in the face for telling a joke. This is the thing that pisses me off. More than anything is that, because now I got to get up on stage and, you know, now we have a populace that feels like, oh, it's cool now. It's cool to do that. And that's what human beings do most. We all want to do what's cool. If you guys ever hear this show, I always try to harp on that. I always try to harp on like everything we try to do as humans is just to be cool. Nobody wants to do what's right. Right? Everybody only wants to do what's right if what's right is currently cool. I mean, think about it. That's why I made that joke that ever since Ukraine has been getting attacked, now it's time to sit back and just listen to every brown guy remind you of Palestine. You know, because like it's kind of tropey that, like, you know, all these brown Arab guys would have to be like, yeah, okay, Ukraine, but what about Palestine for the last 67 years? Well, Palestine ain't cool, you know? It ain't cool to hang a Palestinian flag because you could still be labeled as being anti-Semitic because it's anti-Jewish or some fucking bullshit, whatever type of cool shit they're like portraying right now. I'm not saying that we shouldn't support Ukraine. I think it's great. You know, that we're supporting people that are getting attacked and that we want them to, you know, persevere. But can you do that for Palestine? No. Can you do that for Kashmir? No, because half people think Kashmir is a sweater. So, you know, I mean, it's all about who's fucking, you know, if it's cool or not. And like right now, what worries me about this is that now it's going to be cool as fuck to just go slap some fucking comedian because you didn't like his joke. Or worse, bring a knife on stage or a gun or whatever. So to me, what really pisses me off is you have Will Smith, who is quote unquote a comedian / entertainer / rapper. This is a guy that should know better. If anything, he should be on the side of the comedians of going, no, you don't fucking hit people. I mean, we're already having a problem with comedians being shadow banned, fired, blocked, you know, all kinds of stuff for simple jokes. And then many of us Americans are like, yo, what the fuck? Why? I mean, like, it's just a joke. And now we've set the tone where it's okay for like some dude to just walk up there who's an entertainer, who should know better, that it's a joke. And then they didn't strip him of his Academy Award. So, I mean, I don't know. More and more Will Smith is starting to come off as a little bitch. And it really pisses me off, man. I mean, I think Chris Rock has every reason to be pissed off that they didn't strip him of his award. Like, what type of signal are we giving all the stupid people in our country? I mean, we're already fucking telling them that it's... it's okay to be outraged over every little thing. Now we're saying it's okay to fucking hit people for telling a joke. Like, we've lost context. That shit don't exist anymore. Just like my beard. Don't fucking exist anymore. Technically, Tracy says, exactly, Bolty, where was security? Technically, Tracy says, Kashmir, Darfur, Palestine, Yemen, as opposed to Tibet, Ukraine. Can we match the energy and outrage for everyone? I mean, you would like to think, but that's just not how shit works, you know? There's this number called Dunbar's number. It says that human beings are only able to care for 150 people max, meaning you can only know and care for up to 150 people. After that, your ability to understand the capacity of the amount of people that are in trouble, your empathy starts waning, right? And that's why, you know, if 17 million people starve to death in Yemen, that's why people don't really care so much, is because 17 million is really hard to empathize with. But if one person in Yemen that we know their name got kidnapped by the Houthis, and then their picture was blasted everywhere as this person that's being kidnapped, and now we know their name and we know their story and we know what they're all about, then all of a sudden everyone wants to protect this one person, because that's how it works. That's how the psychology of the human brain works. And that's why terrorists and people who take people hostage, they understand that psychology. They understand the psychology of, you know, it'd be much better to kidnap one person, especially if they're young, a woman, attractive, important, and let the world know that this one person is going to get it if you don't give us what we want. You know, if you would have said these 17 million people are going to get it, everyone's going back to work, bro. 17 million is just too much for everyone to wrap their mind around. Jason Bacon says, if it was real, Will should have handled face-to-face in private. Agreed. It would have been, I think it would have been way more impactful if Will afterwards said, hey, I didn't like that joke because of this, and I didn't think it was tasteful because of this. That would probably have a better reaction. But man, getting up there and hitting them? What the fuck? Robbie says, guess that makes sense. Yeah, and you know, I wish I knew, Robbie, the actual real technical jargon behind all that. But basically what it boils down to is that we can only care for so many people, you know? That's why, like, imagine you have your closest friends, right? And then one of your friends moves or something. And then you haven't seen them in a while. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of like when you see them again, it's kind of like, oh man, you kind of sort of like kind of get reacquainted to them. Like, what was it that you know, because you forget, you know, because there's only so many people that you can keep close, especially in your heart. And Tracy says, yeah, and you'd also need a white college girl to get kidnapped with them. Yeah, or it won't be on the news for more than a day. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that Patrice O'Neal bit. Has anybody ever, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen Patrice O'Neal, but he is my favorite comedian. Patrice O'Neal. White woman. It's, you guys, if you guys ever get a chance, make sure you watch Patrice O'Neal, Elephant in the Room. It is literally one of the funniest specials, man. I'm gonna play this one. Because I just love Patrice, man. Maybe you guys can hear this. I hope this is a good clip.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm thinking one in particular pair of titties in the front row. Thank you so much. Thank you, audience coordinator, for putting those titties up in the front row. God bless you.
Back when you can say
Oh,
whatever.
distracted me. I was supposed to come out. Oh, it was.
I love this guy.
Yeah. Oh, y'all here? Yeah? Huh? You look lovely, though, by the way. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Congratulations, my friend. Well, I'm glad y'all here. It's very good. Yo, congratulations to you, my friend. Look at that white woman you're with. God
This is going with what
damn.
Tracy said.
That nigga behind you going, yeah, son, I'm with my girl, but yo, for real? That white woman's amazing, isn't she? Tell the truth. He's with his black girlfriend like, nah, I don't know, but she's high level. That's a high level white woman right there. That white woman man, oh man, oh man. Black women get mad at that, but that is top shelf white woman right there. You know how you can tell how pretty a white woman is? The value, you look at her and then you wonder how long they would look for if she was missing.
So true.
Come on, take a look, take a look. Look at this nigga, look. I saw you look mad, sweetie. How long, if you was missing, how long you think they were?
It's a black
How long you think they
woman.
were? Exactly, she went. You know the deal. I ain't saying nothing wrong. White woman's life is valuable. What's his name? Joran Vandersloot, right? We find out he was a serial killer. Man, he kills women. That's what he do. He do it well. You know what I mean? We know the girl that he you know, supposedly had, what's the girl in Aruba? Natalie Holloway, right? But the one, he just killed a girl in Peru. What's her name? Exactly.
Patrice O'Neal. If anybody is not watching Patrice O'Neal, you are fucking up, man. Patrice O'Neal
It's
is
shocking.
hilarious.
Like, I know, look.
And that
like
is
I said,
just,
I'm 40, I can
sorry.
feel-
And
I
that's
can
just
feel
going
myself.
off what Tracy said. Yeah, you know, a white woman's value is very, very high in America, you know, and that's what's cool. That's going back to what's cool, guys, right? Everything's about what's cool, man. What's cool right now? The algorithm, bro. You're gonna make the algorithm happy, bro? Come on, man. Forget God. It's about the algorithm. Yeah. Pray 5 times a day. But aren't you gonna post your TikTok video? Because the algorithm don't like it if you don't be posting every day. Huh? I'm telling you, man. It's all about what's cool. Sooner or later, it's gonna be so cool to protect Arabs, and white people are gonna be fucking screwed. And I'm going to be one of those Arabs that are going to be like, yo, how come we forgetting about white people? That's fucked up. And then everyone's going to call me racist for doing that. Jason Bacon says, isn't there some long-running drama between Chris and Will? Or was it just a thing said chasing clout? Oh, I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to that type of shit. Uh-oh, I hope I'm not losing the... feed. I'm using the internet in the condo at the Looney Bin Comedy Club condo. So I might be. Also, I'm all this weekend. If you guys are anywhere in Little Rock, anybody listening in Little Rock, I am here. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Doing shows all weekend. It's gonna be a badass time, y'all. If you are out here. And to some of y'all that are listening to the audio version only, come on out. And also, if you hear this this weekend, which is March 30th to April 2nd, 2022, find me on Instagram, MikeFromDetroit.com. Send me a DM and tell me that you would like to see a show, and I can get you on the guest list so you won't have to pay tickets. And we can hang out. And Ian Kushner, what's up, buddy? I haven't heard your name in a really long time. My blue mic is cool, bro. Thanks, man. This ain't the original mic that I usually bring with me. Usually I have headphones too, but I'm traveling. Tracy to Jason Bacon says, there's a thing with Jada and Will's marriage where Will has a girlfriend and Jada has a boyfriend, and that guy's name was August something, and he made a song about it. Yes, there is something about that. I'm going to go off on that too. Seeing Will Smith get up and slap Chris in the face, I can't help it but go, listen, okay? I don't want to judge people on how they want to have their relationships and how they want to have sex. You know, some guys want to have open relationships. Some guys want to be cuckolded, meaning they want to watch some other dude with a bigger dick bang their wife, and while their wife humiliates them, tells them that they can't get their dick up like this guy, and then that's what makes them come. Listen, to me, when I think about situations like that, there's that alpha Detroit guy in me that goes, man, what a little bitch. What a, ugh, you know what I mean? What a sissy or whatever. But, you know, as I get older and I mature, I start to realize, hey, man, you can't fault people for doing what they like, you know? You can't fault people for enjoying sex the way they want to enjoy sex and enjoy their dynamic with their other partner. And if Will Smith and Jada are in an open relationship and that works for them, more power to them. If Will Smith is the type of guy that doesn't mind his wife going around fucking younger stallions like August, then I guess that's fine, you know? I couldn't do that. Part of me, it feels disrespectful, but everybody has different dynamics when it comes to that, right? So if it's honest, if it comes from a good place, you know, and you like to be cuckolded, you like to have a bigger dude, you know, have sex with your wife in front of you while he like tells you you're a piece of shit. If that's what makes you come, then hey man, who am I supposed to talk down to you? But going off what Tracy said, there is that history where for the longest time there was this rumor going around that Will Smith is really gay, and that a lot of men, leading Hollywood men in Hollywood, are really secretly gay, but they can't be gay because it's not quote unquote cool to be a leading man and be gay. So you got to portray this whole, you know, you're not gay. And there was rumors that that's what Will Smith is about. Then later on, it comes out that, oh shit, they're in an open relationship, and you know, Will's just letting her get blasted by younger dudes. And you know, there's a part of me that's like, you know, Arab and minority and from Detroit, where we're in my culture, it's like repulsive to think like that. It's instantly, I'm just like, ugh, what the fuck, bro? How you gonna let your wife disrespect you, right? But like I just said before, if it comes from an honest place, if it comes from a place of trust and love and understanding, that's a beautiful thing. But I don't know why watching Will Smith slap Chris Rock on stage like that leads me to believe that this relationship thing that he's got with Jada is not kosher, that it's not 100% truthful or something. Because we've never seen Will Smith like that before. And to see him go off on a joke about his wife, it almost feels like he was projecting his angst for what is happening to him in the media with his wife, that instead of just confronting what's going on in his life, he took it out on Chris. So that's what it kind of felt like to me, you know? Like, listen, I don't know anything about them, but just gathering the thing, because to me, like when I found out that, you know, they have an open relationship and stuff, me being a minority, especially black people in this country, that doesn't fly in black cultures, you know? Like I've always said, like, I don't know how the hell the Democrats got the black people to think that they're liberal, but most black people are not liberal. Most black people are conservative as fuck. They like their guns. They ain't fucking with gay people or trans people. They ain't fucking with that shit. Yeah, some, but the majority? Hell no. In the culture? Hell no. Black people are almost very like borderline Middle Eastern when it comes to that shit, where they're just like, oh no, but no, you fucking can't be gay. You know what I'm saying? I did one joke at the Cleveland Improv about how I might have sucked a dick, and that whole room turned on me. fucking hated me. They hated me after I did that joke. Even the gay people in that room were like, oh man, why'd you make it uncomfortable for us? And so to me, it's like, there's a part of my instincts that goes, you know what? Will Smith got up there, slapped Chris Rock in the face because deep down inside, he wants to do that to everyone for disrespecting him. He probably wants to do that to Jada for, dragging his name in the mud, of making him look like a cuck in front of everyone in the world. I don't know, man. Just there was something in that slap that he did that made me go, gross, dude. This thing that you got with your wife is not as honest as it should be. And now you're projecting that anger and that frustration that you have onto somebody who's telling a joke. Do you know what I mean, guys? Does anything that I'm saying make sense? Because listen, man, I'm not the fucking most perfect fucking person in the world, but I try to reflect and assess my days to see if I've been acting like a douchebag or been treating people like shit, or have I been going off? And whenever I go off in a way like that Will did, like that was just, I've never done anything like that. Like that is like next level. I can't help it but go, yo, man, this guy needs to work on himself. This guy needs to stop and go, maybe I need to fucking reassess what the fuck's going on in my life. Because I know when I start, listen, I know that if I am ever yelling at someone, if I ever get frustrated and I have to raise my voice, the first thing that comes to my mind is that person deserved it. And I have to be honest with myself. I have to reflect on that moment when I raised my voice and acted out of character. I have to be honest with myself and be like, did that person deserve it? Okay, maybe that person pushed my buttons. Maybe that person was being an asshole. Maybe that person knew better than to not push me to this level, to this edge, right? Because a lot of times if I ever raise my voice, there's a good reason. But then at the end, when you break down your character and you break down who you really are and why I ended up raising my voice, a lot of the times, yeah, that person may have pushed me in that direction, but because I'm not 100% with myself, I haven't 100% reflected and fixed any other problems that I might have swept under the rug. Maybe there's something that's bothering me that I'm not addressing. All I'm saying is that if I was to ever act out of character like that, I always at some point will stop and go, why did I do that? I have to reassess it. And when I do, I'll find out there's certain things that I'm not taking care of in my life. Maybe I let certain things slide too much. Maybe I didn't tell someone that they mistreated me that I should have, and I swept it under the rug. Maybe I haven't been getting enough sleep. Maybe I've been drinking too much and being hungover, or whatever the case may be. If my fuse is that short, usually there's a problem with me. And that's a fact, man. And that's why when I saw Will doing that, it's just like, yo, come on, man. You at the level that you are about to get Academy Award, you are rich as fuck. You have a beautiful wife. You have a family. What is making you get up on that stage to slap someone in the face for telling a joke who does things that you do? You do stand up too, motherfucker. So yeah, to me it's like, going back on what Tracy said, I'm going to have to be absolutely honest. Yeah, I really do think that it was something that was bugging him, And Jason says, you may be onto something with the projection idea. I feel so. I really do, man. You know, I mean, listen, I love talking about funny ass shit, but sometimes, you know me in this podcast, whenever I latch onto a thought that makes me go, you know, how can we learn from this? You know, if anything, a lot of us can learn just from watching that. It's like, yo, man, that guy has some things to fucking work out. I mean, imagine if Will Smith didn't okay, he's about to get an Academy Award, bro. And a joke made you get up and hit someone in the face? I mean, think about that. If you really put that into perspective, I don't care how much I love my wife. If somebody tells a joke and disrespects my wife like that, listen, I get it. I mean, there's a part of me where I try to put myself in his shoes. And if I had a wife that I loved very much, you know, and her feelings were hurt on national TV, man, there might be a point in me that might want to be like, yo, what the fuck, dude? This is my woman. How dare you? But at the same time, man, you got to know how to, yo, this is a show. Yo, these are jokes. You'd be much better off just not laughing at the joke, maybe grimacing at it, and then afterwards making a statement or making a better joke. I mean, right? I mean, if I had that much money, Chris Rock has writers. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people don't know that, but Chris Rock, when he does stand-up, he has other writers that he hires to help punch up and come up with jokes and stuff like that. Fuck, man, if I was Will Smith, bro, I'd be like, all right, man, here's $1 million to somebody who can write me the best joke to roast this motherfucker on this show right now. I mean, there's so many things that you could have done, I guess. But to me, it's like, yeah, it really is about projection. Michael Glassmeyer, what's up, buddy? Hey, everybody, follow Michael Glassmeyer. Really, really, really funny comic, man. I mean, dude, I miss you, bro. I haven't seen you in so long, man. We were supposed to go do a show in Wisconsin at the Skyline or Sky something just before the pandemic, and then we had to cancel it, and then I haven't heard from you since, bro. I'd love to go back on the road with you, man. When we're not back, we never actually did it. But guys, holy shit, it's been 50 minutes. I can't believe this thing flew. Listen, guys, next week I'm going to be here again, 2 p.m. I believe I'm not on the road. If I am, we'll figure it out. But I'm going to try to curate a better show. I was really hoping to do it this time. You know, I want to curate some videos to watch over and stuff like that. And I really wanted to curate a better show for you this week. But I'm on TV, bitch. And thank you so much for being a part of my journey. And thank you so much for tuning in every week, guys. You guys are really, really awesome. And I'm really looking forward to keep building this podcast slowly but surely. But I think this week I'm going to put some more thought into next week's show. And hopefully I can build some templates for next week's show. Guys, you are awesome. Thank you again for tuning in. And Tracy and Jason and Bolty and Robbie, thank you so much, you know, for staying engaged and asking these really good questions. It's really cool to do this podcast and meet people who have the same mindset, you know, people who, you know, want to laugh at the world and want something better for the world, right? And anything, before I let you guys go, let's just take Will Smith's shitty actions as something that we can learn from, you know? Let's not forget, because if you ever act out of pocket like that, maybe you need therapy. For real. And especially if you act out of pocket like that and you're rich and you're about to receive an Academy Award, bro, I've sat down and reflected on what a piece of shit I am for much less, and I think Will can do the same. Anyways, guys, you are awesome. Next week, 2 p.m., I'll see you. Deuces!
Public Yemeni #1.